guys, how are you all doing? It's a girl CC and I'm back again today with another interesting video. I trust you guys are doing great, having fun today. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Guys, are you all ready for today's tea? Now, this video is trending on TikTok. This lady asks people to give her the tea, what's happening in their lives, and a lot of people literally staged her video, spilling the tea. Trust me, these videos are very interesting, very juicy stories we are gonna, hear today. Stay with me, guys. I'm gonna show you some of these stitches, but let's just hear from her. It is a very short video. Let's hear from her, and of course the stitches would follow. Please check these videos out.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know. I'm bored with mine. Give me the tea. What's the drama?
I can finally talk about this now because I've gotten blocked everywhere, so here's the tea. Okay, so 2 years ago, I got matched with this guy on Bumble, and mind you, I wasn't looking for anything serious or any kind of relationship. I was just bored. Little do I know, me swiping right on that guy will literally ruin my life. Well, to sum it up, we didn't last. We lasted for like about 2 weeks, and then after that, I got really attached, and I think it developed some limerence. And since I got attached and have limerence on him, I decided I can't let go, so I offered a friendship. At first it was okay, we've been talking a lot, we've been getting to know each other as friends, we've been opening it up if we're not okay and stuff like that. Then it got to a point where he was telling me that he was sad and he was craving for something. Well, of course, I was being a good friend, so I offered if he wanted some coffee or something. Well, of course, at first he was declining it, saying that I shouldn't bother doing that. But of course, I didn't want my friend to be sad, so I insisted. But then it turned into a regular thing. He would tell me that he saw some games that he really wanted, some skins that he really wants to buy. I didn't even know why I said yes to all of that. And oh my god, I remember him telling me one time he left his jacket back home and it was really cold in his class or something, and he really wants to buy a jacket. Then me being dumb, I said yes. Then I immediately sent him money, and then he bought some jacket from H&M or something. I know. But it doesn't stop there. We had our first staycation at around December of 2022. Guess who paid for all of that? The hotels, the car rental, the gas, the food. This dumb bitch right here. In my mind, I was thinking I was such a good friend because every time he was heartbroken from all of the girls that he's flirting with every single week or month, I comforted him, by buying foods, clothes, road trips, whatever. But of course, I didn't stop there. After giving him things like material stuff and mental stuff, guess what I got him next? I gave him myself, physically. I know. Okay, now, so let me defend myself. I met this girl through him, and we became really good friends. But of course, she doesn't know anything about the setup that we had. And mind you, she also has feelings for that guy. I'm telling you, there's something about him that girls fall for. And then when I was at peak of my emotions, because he was slowly pulling away his energy and I didn't know what to do, I opened up to my new friend. And that's when I realized I got manipulated. And prior me telling that friend of mine about our setup, we had an out-of-town staycation somewhere. And guess who paid for that guy? Bro, I spent around 60,000 pesos on that guy. I don't know how much it is in dollars, but yeah. So I paid for the car rent, and it was for 3 days, so it's really expensive. And I paid for that guy's food or whatever it is that we're buying and paying for him. You get the whole setup. But you know what my last was? He pulled his energy away because he claimed that he's a low-maintenance friend. I was opening up to him because I was really sad, and he can't even say some comforting words. He told me to see a professional and no one can help me but myself. I get it, no one can help me but myself, or if I seek some professional help. But some encouraging words won't hurt, right? So that's the time that I realized that, he got everything from me now, so he doesn't need me anymore. So I sent him a long message about him hurting me and not being a good friend at all. So yeah, after that I blocked him. That's the tea.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know.
One time I worked for this company as their VP of marketing, and there was this girl there that hated me. She was incredibly rude to me and like was disrespectful on public Slack channels. And it like really was confusing for me because like, I don't know what I did. But her boyfriend also worked there and her boyfriend's dad also worked there. So like, again, so I went to my bosses and handled it in any corporate manner that I thought. And I was like, hey, the way this person's treating me is not okay. And I don't really know what I did. And I also approached her and also tried to have a one-on-one conversation with her. And they were like, okay, cool, we'll handle it. And at the time, there was another girl that also quit because of her actions. And I did her exit interview. And no, I wasn't in HR. I was in marketing. And then the bosses came back to me and they said I needed to apologize. And I said, what would I apologize for? And they were like, she said, you made her uncomfortable. And I said, okay, so I apologized for who knows what. And at this time, I didn't know this, but my boss was renting his old apartment to her and her boyfriend for probably less than what it was worth. And my belief is that he did not want to lose a tenant. So then we were in a company-wide meeting. And also keep in mind that I told them if someone treated them like this, they would fire that person, but not if they treat me like that. And so we're in a company-wide meeting and my boss stands up and looks me directly in the eyes and then gives her a title raise. Men are silly, you know.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know. I'm bored.
So, I went on a date with a 19-year-old. I'm 27. And it went really, really well. I'm currently out of town for 2 weeks. And he wants to see me when I get back.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know. I'm bored.
Ooh, do I have some tea? Now, this might be a little bit long because it's a lot to explain, but it's basically what's gonna happen to me for the next 3 months. So, yay. A couple years ago, I was an independent contractor for a company. They, 2 weeks before my contract was up, fired me overnight for a supposed infraction that they could give no proof of. And it was like a very small infraction. It was not something that you would get fired for. So my company was confused. And then when they asked for proof, the company could not show any proof of anything. They wouldn't respond to calls or anything. So I get cleared because obviously they were trying to slander me. Fast forward, last year I get a job at this new place. It's an actual job. I'm not a contractor. It turns out the place is getting sold. It gets sold to the corporation that I used to work at, the larger conglomerate of it. The problem is that our place is getting remodeled and they are closing it in 2 weeks for a few months, and we have to go to locations of the corporation that are nearby us until our place is done. And the closest one to me is the one that I was at. So I might end up back at a place that tried to smear me. Working for the same people. Ah! Thank God I'm salaried.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know. I'm bored.
So a coworker of mine was dating this guy that she really loved. And it was going on 2 years. And she finally decided to introduce him to her dad. So her dad was a little reluctant, but was like, fine, just bring him over. So she brought him over, and when her dad met her boyfriend, he was being rude and was pissed. And she was like, why is my dad acting like a jerk? And she didn't understand it. So she leaves the room and goes to talk to her dad privately. And it's like, what is going on with you? Like, why are you being so mean? And he's like, I forbid you to see him. He needs to leave my house right now. She's like, what are you saying? Like, you just met him. And he was like, just do what I say. Like, he was being so obstinate and horrible. And she didn't understand. She's like, do you know him? Like, what's going on? So anyway, they end up leaving and they go to dinner, and she's super confused. And she tries to get it out of her dad, like, what is going on? I love this guy. I need to know why you feel this way. And he has avoided her at all costs. So finally, she said about a month later, she tracked her dad down, and she's like, what is the freaking deal? What's going on? I love this guy, and I need to know why you're so mad. And he finally breaks down and tells her that that's his son. She's been dating her brother, a half-brother, for almost 2 years. It's what happens when your dad is roaming around in the same town and you don't know what's going on. Her mom and dad had gotten divorced years ago, so she was raised by her dad from the age of like 12 years old until she was dating this guy in high school. She was 16. So yeah, dating her brother. She came to work devastated and told me about it. So, that's the tea. Yikes.
Oh my gosh. What? So this lady has been dating his half brother all this while, and she never knew about it. You see, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. No.
Give me the tea. What's the drama? What's happening in your life? I want to know. I'm bored.
My aunt's a bully. Yeah, she's a bully. She tried to bully me when I made a broad statement in my own house about my dog that I wasn't even talking about anyone in particular. I just made a statement. But I really wish that she would just come to the realization that she does not like animals unless it's her tenant's dog because they have to pay the rent so she can pay her mortgage. That's the only reason why she's nice with that dog. But she doesn't like animals. She made her son get rid of his cat. The cat liked her, but for whatever reason, just it did. It was an orange cat. Maybe that's why. But she's a bully. She tried to bully my mother on the 20th. My mother turned 75 on the 19th. She's a bully. So there was a blowout on Sunday. She called my house and tried to mesh two conversations together to make me look like the bad guy. But you know what? She's a bully. She's been bullying my mother since they were young. She can't bully me. I'm like 5'7", 5'8", and in my late 30s. You can't whoop me, so she's a bully. And she said that she'll never come to our house again. You know what's funny? I should have said to her, or my mother should have said to her, I will never speak to you again either. Because when my father died in 2020 and there was a mistake made, my sister's middle name is her son's mother-in-law's first name. And I accidentally called that woman instead of my sister. Mind you, I had just gotten the news that my father died. Right? They took him out of our home. He had a heart attack here. And when I came into the living room and I said to my mother, you gave me the wrong phone number, she and my mother's other sister fell out laughing. And my mother said, just don't say anything, because it's going to cause problems. No, she didn't care that I suffered a trauma by watching my father die, or the fact that I had to get the phone call. She told her son, and her son either told his wife or the mother-in-law. And that woman, the mother-in-law, called my house the morning, not even a full 24 hours after my father died. We could have said, I don't want to talk to you either, because you had absolutely no regard for our feelings in that moment. But you took a broad statement about no one in particular and ran away with it. So there was an exchange of words between a 75-year-old and an 80-year-old. I wonder if they know how much time they have left on this planet. So that's what's been going on. Oh, and I threw up this morning.
Give me the tea. What's the drama?
So I worked in fast food and we hire a lot of people. But we had this one guy and he was a little bit weird. He was nice, but he was like really friendly, but like weird and like off, and like everybody knew he was off. Like he was and there was an instance where we thought he was stealing money but couldn't prove it. Anyways, so he started dating this girl there, and mind you, he's like 30 something with an 8-year-old child. And then she was like 18, like fresh out of school 18. And so as they were dating, he decided to go work for her dad's construction company. So he decided to quit, and then after he quit, we found out that he was actually a convicted pedophile. That I guess it was happened, like he was like sleeping with like a 14-year-old or something like that when his wife just had a newborn. And so while he was dating her and left for the construction company, he was cheating on her. And he works for her dad, and I'm not saying what happened, like how it, he got ran over by a bulldozer. The most polite way I could say it. He got ran over by a bulldozer, and it was so bad that he was basically like bleeding from his brain, stuff like that. And he was in a coma. And while she was visiting him in the hospital, his baby mama showed up, and his side girlfriend showed up. Yeah. Not saying that, like, there was any foul play. I'm just saying things add up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, these stories, you guys. So this guy was dating a 14-year-old girl. And the other lady was spending on a guy that never loved her, someone she met on Bumble app. Like, what was she thinking when she was spending on the guy all this while? She was being manipulated. I think we ladies, we need to know when men are manipulating us. Guys, I'm going to stop here for today. Let me know if you guys want to hear more of these stories. I'm going to bring the videos here so we all can see them together. And also, if you want to share your own juicy stories, please feel free, drop them in the comments. I would love to read from you. Likewise, other people. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, come back for another juicy stories. I'm going to see you all in my next one. Y'all take care. Much love. Bye.